So, as a Saturn owner who owns a Saturn, and is most likely a manual Saturn, you probably ran into the issue of your shifter bushing breaking. So, mine broke last week, and I ended up replacing it with just like a generic one from your auto parts store, Napa, AutoZone, Advance Auto, stuff like that. However, it's an issue, and they always keep breaking, no matter how many times you replace it. Like right here's, this was not the OEM one, but it was one that was replaced, and it has that crack in it, and then my shifter just came apart from the transmission. I got another one in there. The other one I have in there now is temporary because it's only a matter of time from when it breaks. There's this one guy on the forums who actually makes these, but it's a shifter bushing for the Saturn S series that's metal or stainless steel. So the chances of it breaking is way lower than the factory stuff. Factory one, paying $20 for a new one of these over and over again. You pay $30 and you get a metal one. Hopefully it should last a lot longer. But I'm going to show you guys today how to install that into your manual transmission. So the first thing I'm going to do is on the driver's side, I don't have one here. And then on the passenger side, you're going to have a fuse panel. Just simply remove it. You put your little finger in here. And you just pull it out. Pretty sure you pull it out. Yeah, there we go. Which is straight gorilla strength. Make sure you do that on both sides. And you're going to have access to two screws. One right there. One right there. And then two right there. If you have the armrest, the Saturn with the armrest, if you open up your armrest towards the back, you'll see the two exact same screws. They'll just be on the armrest. But just remove those 4 screws and I'll get back to you in a second. Alright, I just found it easier to get like a screwdriver. Come from the bottom, there's a clip here and clip here. Just pop it up like that. Then yeah, it should come right out. And then you have a little plug. You want to twist that light and then it'll pop right out. I don't have a lot of space to put a tripod, so yeah, there you go. You twist it and then the light comes out. Next, you want to, if you have the power windows and power singular mirror, you want to remove this panel here. If you don't, then I don't really know what's in here, but I'm pretty sure it's nothing electrical, so you could just leave that in there for now. But I want to do this the same way how I did the other one. Just going to slightly pry it up from the bottom and then remove it from the car. So you have all these plugs. Just undo all these plugs real quick. To undo the plug, you just push this in and this should come out. It will be kind of hard, but this is the only part that's clipping this part in, and then there's another one on the other side as well. So after you take out the plugs, you can put this off to the side. I would just say that these plugs are not easy to get off. So this one was pretty easy. This one and the black one, these were not so easy. Alright, and what we're going to do is we're going to start picking up from the center console on the back. And you want to raise it. My life savings right there. And you want to pull up the back of it as high as you can. And then you want to start slowing it towards the back seat just a little bit. Because right behind here, you're going to have a plug for where the cigarette lighter area is going to be at. This weird like round piece thing. Just undo one of these clips. You pop that off, and then right underneath it, it's one of those same lamps or lights that they have in the cup holder. So just twist it and it comes out. And then your entire center console should get removed from the car. Yeah. And I just have it sitting back there for now. So sweet. Now we have access to all this stuff, which is nothing important. But let's get all these extra wires away. So right there's the shifter bushing. That's what we got to take off. So this is a very tight working area. It's hard to fit the camera here and me. But to remove it, the best way that I figured out, it's this one of those aftermarket ones with like the 1,000,005 different teeth. I start poking at individual teeth on one side, and then it should be able to push through. It might be easier if I took out the seat, but I don't know. Well, I took out the camera with that blast, but got it. I just pushed down one clip and then just pushed it with a bunch of force, and it came out. So what I'm doing is I'm getting behind the little bushing part here, and I'm going to just pry outwards. Alright, come on. There we go. Now the bushing's off. Yay. so here's the new part. I'm just going to open it up real quick. There we go. I'm showing this eye so I don't get the packaging label and stuff in there. You can see it very faintly in there. There we go. There's the new stuff. So you get in the bag your bushing. You have some of this. I can't remember what this is called. Oh, powdered Teflon. You got a Q-tip, so if you have really dirty ears. But instead, we're going to use this for the Teflon. We have 2 discs. Then we have this clip. Kind of somewhat looks like a piston, but right where your piston rings will go on this piston here. Oh, we're going to be able to put this little slot thing right on here. So, was looking at the listing where I got this from, and the guy was pretty much just explaining the history of why he did it. But then he had a picture that was taken with like a flip phone from the 2004. This right here is also dry lubricant. So what you do is you get your Q-tip and you swivel around in there and you put it inside the bearing, which I'm going to do in a second. So to install your bearing, first thing you want to do is you want to kind of like clean the surface here. And we got a lot of grease, which is going to get rid of. There you go. Looks pretty clean to me. Alright, and so you're going to need some JB welds and stuff to begin with. And you want to put it right here on the ball. Because you're pretty much just going to JB weld this to that, pretty much. You want to get this white disc here. It's the one with the little edge cut out. Oops, I dropped it. I'm just going to kind of push it so it's against the shifter. But then that flat edge is near towards the back of the vehicle. And just leave it there for now. Pushing it like a syringe and it's mixing it in the middle. And I'm just putting it around the bearing here. You want to have a paper towel or something on standby. Let me grab it too. Just to try to catch any of the extra spillage here. So this is a little difficult when it comes to spacing. Like I don't have a lot of space here, but I actually want to press it on there. So you want to put that on here like that. But yeah, so you want to put it on there and then catch any of the extra JB weld that might be coming out. But just hold it for a couple minutes, about like 5 minutes. I'll get back to you guys in a minute. Alright, so after it's been sitting for a couple minutes, it's been sitting for about 5 minutes, curing, you want to now get that flat disc, slide on top of it, push it all the way towards the bottom. Remember having the flat spot towards the back of the vehicle. Next, you want to have your shift linkage or your shift cable. So you get your shift linkage now on the bearing. Next, you get the other plastic ring, the one that's a complete circle. And you smack it right on there like that. Now you want to get this metal clip on here. Now, this metal clip's not going to go on quite easy with your fingers. With the power of pliers, needle nose pliers. Putting the bottom of the needle nose on the bearing and then the top part on top of the bushing. Alright, so, bro. And with the power of video editing and just moving the camera so I have more space, the clip, I use the needle nose pliers and I pinch it on there. Now it's on there. And you don't want to do anything now. You want to wait an hour. After about an hour, you want to start putting everything back together. So next you want to start putting your console on. You want to put it so the front is facing downwards. The back is facing up. And then you want to start plugging in your cigarette lighter. And then your light here while it's still in the up position like this. Also your light here for the cup holder. I'm putting my hand in the cup holder, but I'm just grabbing it and pushing it through. It is hard to do with one hand, y'all, so I'm going to be doing a lot of cutting here. Next, you want to start lowering the bottom part of the armrest. It's going to get stuck on everything that exists inside your car. So you kind of got to like walk it down. Like it's getting stuck on the seatbelt buckles and then the e-brake and yada yada, but you want to keep pushing it down and then try to fish it to where it looks like the right position. So next thing you want to do is you want to start putting your plugs to your window switch. You want to make sure you can A, pull them out, and then B, plug them in. So do it real quick. Right after plugging that in, you want to get the front of your switch down in there first. You want to kind of put the front down and slide it up a little bit. And then the bottom part, just kind of pop it in. So now your window switch is in. Now let's do the light bulb. Put it into the bottom of the cup holder here. Alright, so now after you get the light plugged in, you want the light facing you, and then you want to put the cup holders in. Same thing with the window switch, you want to put the front down first, then the back, and then push it down. Your cup holders are in. Now you want to start putting all your screws in, screws that went in the back, and then the screws that went to the front. And then next, what you want to do is you want to get your cover here. It should be one for the passenger side, one for the driver's side. I only have a passenger side one. My driver's side one kept falling, so I just got rid of it. But right there is how you install the shift thing. I'm going to let it sit there for just a little bit longer, just because I get weird about stuff like that. But now, we went from the aftermarket one, which is this little plastic one. I got this particular one from Napa. Put the bearing in there and it kind of pops in. Well, this one's also super flimsy and I didn't want it to break, so that's why I went with the metal one here. Alright, now with everything put back together, we're going to try to see if our shifter bushing works. So, turn the car on. It makes me nervous. The fail part is that when you stretch it a lot, the bearing can just come off the transmission shifter. The only thing really holding on there is JB Weld. However, every time we use that or something similar, like we use this stuff called Honda Bond at work. And same way with that, it's just, I'm always nervous it's going to come loose, so that's kind of what I'm, like now, I'm just really nervous. So, but we got first gear. Ooh. That feels different. Third. Fourth. Fifth. Okay, so now we're at fifth gear. Fourth. Third. Second's weird because I put in second, you can feel it trying to like grab back that way. Versus like first gear, you put in first and it just sits there. Like third gear, you put it in third and it sits there. Fourth. Fifth. But in second, like you put it there and like, I guess you like see when you put in first, I guess, put in there. Okay, you can't really see it. It just feels weird going in second. Over reverse. Yeah, no, it feels pretty normal. Second gear is really, I guess, different, but maybe it's also just because I'm not like ever sitting here in my car like feeling the shifting, like, oh yeah, second, it feels just like reverse. So maybe I'm just only noticing that just because I'm sitting here trying to notice something. But yeah, so I'm going to put a link in the description for the metal shift bushing that I put in here, so you guys can get it for yourself. If you guys have any questions or comments, let me know. I'll be willing to help if you guys have any complications or issues with your install. I'll see you guys in the next video. In the next video, it's going to be pretty exciting, so stick around at that. But yeah, see you then.